Good morning, I'm Frank Carini, the editor and co-founder of ecoRI News. But before I begin, I'd like to say it's important to me and important to ecoRI News staff. I'd like to remember Mary Grady. She passed away this week. She actually taught here. She was a big, important part of the environmental and journalism community in Rhode Island. And quite frankly, without her friendship, guidance, and support, I don't know if ecoRI News would have survived in her 10th year. That being said, she'll be missed. ecoRI News is coming at this from kind of like 2 points of view. One, we're obviously a journalism thing, but we actually started with composting. My colleague right here, Tim Faulkner, thought, hey, let's collect food scrap at farmers markets. Okay. And his best skill that he has is when we would collect that, he would always disappear when it was time to haul the 55-gallon bins filled with food. He'd be there, next thing you know, where's Tim? Michael Bradley ended up helping me. But anyway, so we started that, and right off the bat, we were filling about 33 55-gallon bins at the farmers markets right away. And we were doing the tips. Some people would come in, they wouldn't tip, they would just dump their food scrap, which is fine. Some people would give $10. There was one gentleman that came every week that would, I think he collected his change from the week and he'd pull it out of his pocket on the floor, on the table. But everybody that came, either they had food scrap to tip, or they were so happy that they did it at their own backyards that they would come and talk to us about it. Or people would come and say, I wish we could do it, but we can't because my landlord, I'm a triple decker, my landlord won't allow me to do it, or my apartment complex is so, there's not enough space for a composting thing. So we saw that, and we did that for about 3 years. The first year, I guess it was like 2 bins, and then we had 3 by the end of it, which was 2013. We stopped doing that, and we went to, I think it was Tim's idea again, although he never did the collecting. Let's do residential pickup. So we worked with DEM, Kenny Ayers, we got a program started called Earth, which I think Bootstrap Compost now has our original run. But we took my old small pickup. I never had to do this, because I probably would have got lost. But we picked up food scrap from about 60 people that first year, and I kept stats the first year. We went 1,072 miles, the truck did. We picked up 8,222 pounds. We had about 60 customers. I don't have any more stats because for some reason after that first year, our executive director, which is also my wife, Joanna Detz, I still don't know to this day if it was a reward or punishment, but I was told not to bother keeping those stats anymore, and somebody else would. I couldn't find this. Then I asked for the stats this morning, I couldn't find them. Anyway, so about 2015, I think we decided that this is not why we started ecoRI. I mean, the support for it was great. The program was successful. People loved it, probably more than our reporting. We had plenty of people coming to us at the market for it, but we're like, we don't have the staff to do this and do it right. And like I said, I think Bootstrap has it now. But we always found, from this point of view, there was always people wanting more composting facilities in Rhode Island, wanting it. How come, always ask us questions, how come we don't have, like San Francisco, why don't we have curbside composting? We get a lot of that. We don't have the answers to that. But then comes the journalism point. We've tried to, that's the other point of view we've had. Tim and I have been covering this since we started. And everybody who's spoken, Greg, Terry, Jane, we have Mike Myrna, the godfather of composting here. We have all these vendors that are doing a great job, initiating composting, the compost plant. Everybody's doing a great job. But the thing we're missing is the state level. And I don't mean DEM, I mean the State House. We have the bills. And they're fine, they're better than what we had, but they're not what we need. We have the weakest support system, as Terry mentioned, with the money. Massachusetts and Connecticut do a better job because they put more resources into it. It takes resources to do it right. And I don't just mean money, it means enforcement and all that. And we also have to deal with the special interest, some of the BS. I was going through some of our first stories from coverage of the 2014 bill. And there was actually a lobbyist, if I can find this, testified that composting was a bad idea because the restaurants don't have, he was speaking for a lobbying group in Rhode Island. I don't want to say because I'm not here to point fingers, but anyway, his point was that the businesses can't do it because they don't have enough space, and composting somehow would hurt tourism, especially in Federal Little area. I'm not sure what that means, but that's some of the BS you have to push through. And even when the bill was passed, the woman who, Donna Walsh, you know, it was her legislation, but she was the first to admit that it wasn't, you know, the greatest or the strongest or the best, but it was a start. It is a start. But I think we need to stop wooing, you know, Amazon or GE and help build the composting industry. You just can't have on the backs of Earth Care Farm and the compost plant. I think we need more from the state. And again, I'm not talking about state agencies, I'm talking about the governor's office, not just this governor's office, not just this current cast of General Assembly, but I think we need, that's where it has to come from. That's the only place it can come from. Everybody else is doing the best they can to get some help. Thank you.